Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this message. You did not stumble upon this by accident, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. Heaven just intercepted your feed at this exact second because a profound spiritual shift is happening. Someone whose life was falling apart is breathing right now because of your invisible energy. You saved them, and heaven is bringing them to you. Listen to me very carefully. You must not ignore this divine interruption. If you swipe away now, you might miss the exact confirmation your tired spirit has been begging for. God orchestrated this collision to validate every silent tear you have cried. You are not crazy. You are a genuine empath who has been functioning as a human battery for a broken world. And your season of depletion is over. For years you have walked into rooms and felt the heavy weight of other people. You have given your pure light to those who treated your heart as completely replaceable. They smiled at you while secretly draining your spiritual reserves. You pushed through. You offered kindness when you were bleeding inside. But you always wondered why you were left completely alone when you needed help the most. That deep isolation was never a punishment. It was a strict divine quarantine orchestrated to protect your priceless energy. You have always felt like you carry a massive burden that no one else can understand. Your shoulders are tight right now. The weight is entirely real. And every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You smile for them, but inside, you are barely holding on. I see you waking up at exactly 3 a.m. with your heart racing. The room feels completely heavy and still. You stare at the dark ceiling while your mind spins endlessly. People tell you it is just normal stress or anxiety. It is not. That sudden jolt in the middle of the night is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive disturbance in the unseen realm. Your soul is sensing a profound connection. You sit up in bed and feel a strange pull in your chest. A deep loneliness washes over you, but it feels like it belongs to someone else. You are right. It does belong to someone else. In those quiet hours of the night, your high-frequency energy has been traveling across the spiritual plane. You have been unconsciously sending out a lifeline to a soul in desperate need of your light. You fought their darkness while you slept. They were drowning in the matrix, completely lost and consumed by toxic illusions. But your pure energy acted as a powerful beacon. You did not even know their name. You did not know their face. Yet your spirit refused to let them slip away into the abyss. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, not just for your bloodline, but for those who are divinely connected to your unique frequency. This is exactly why you have felt so incredibly exhausted lately. This is why you experience sudden waves of sadness or brain fog out of nowhere. You have been fighting a spiritual physics war without any conscious memory of the battles. Your physical body is bearing the toll of saving a life in the spiritual dimension. You gave away your warmth so someone else could survive the bitter cold. Heaven has watched every single second of your massive sacrifice. The Creator saw you pouring from an empty cup when you had nothing left for yourself. You thought all that beautiful love was entirely wasted. You believed the universe had forgotten about your deep desire for a true partner. But heaven keeps a meticulous record of every ounce of energy you spend. Nothing was lost. Nothing was ever wasted on the wrong person. Every narcissist and energy vampire who crossed your path was merely a test of your spiritual boundaries. They were allowed to test you so you could learn the immense value of your own light. You had to learn how to defend your frequency. You had to become a prepared vessel. Because the love God is sending you now requires a master of reality who knows how to hold immense spiritual power. The person you saved is waking up from their deep slumber. The heavy chains of their past are violently falling off their tired shoulders. They are beginning to realize that a silent guardian pulled them from the wreckage, and their soul is frantically searching the physical plane for the exact energetic signature that kept them alive. They are looking for you. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you for years. The dark elite do not want you to unite with this person. They know that when two high-frequency souls finally merge, their combined light can shatter the entire matrix. That is why you have faced so many unexplained obstacles and bizarre delays in your personal life. It was a calculated attack, but their malicious plan has officially failed. The cosmic trap has just snapped shut on the very forces that tried to keep you isolated. You must stay with me and let this truth anchor deeply into your bones. Your physical body is reacting to this revelation right now, isn't it? Take one deep breath and ground your energy. The universe is about to show you exactly how this massive collision will happen. Let us go deeper into the physical reality of what you are experiencing right now. You have been walking around with a profound sense of emptiness lately. It feels like a silent echo in your chest that you cannot quite explain to anyone, and you try to fill it with your daily tasks. But the void always remains. This is not depression or typical fatigue. This is a massive spiritual extraction. You gave a huge portion of your life force to a soul who was standing on the edge. They were completely surrounded by the dark matrix and ready to surrender. But your golden energy crossed the quantum field and wrapped around them like a warm blanket, breathing life into their failing spirit. And in doing so, your own physical vessel took a significant hit. This explains the sudden brain fog that clouds your mind in the middle of the day. It also explains why you sometimes feel a sudden urge to cry for absolutely no logical reason. Those tears do not even belong to you. You are physically processing the residual trauma of the person you just saved. You are a genuine empath bearing a heavy weight. They had no idea how they suddenly found the strength to escape their toxic environment. They just woke up one day with a strange sense of hope. The narcissists in their life suddenly lost their grip. The heavy illusions of the matrix began to dissolve around them, and they stepped out of the darkness completely renewed. They think it was just random luck. But there is absolutely no luck here. It was a divine appointment orchestrated by the Creator long before you were born. Heaven used your resilient spirit as the exact antidote for their specific poison. You were the only human battery strong enough to withstand that level of dark extraction. Your pure light shattered their chains, and you did it without ever asking for a reward. You are God's strongest soldier. Now let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and now. You look back at your past relationships and feel a deep sense of failure. You remember the people who used you and discarded you when your energy ran low. You wonder why you always attract broken people who take everything and give nothing back, leaving you feeling entirely empty. The enemy wants you to believe you are unlovable. That is a vicious lie planted by the elite to keep you vibrating in fear. Those past relationships were not failures at all. They were intense training grounds designed to build your spiritual capacity. You had to learn the agonizing difference between a parasite and a genuine connection. You experienced the counterfeit love deeply, so you would never settle again. You are a prepared vessel. Think about the bizarre pattern in your life where things almost work out, but fall apart at the last second. You meet someone nice, the connection feels promising, but a sudden misunderstanding or a strange shift in circumstances completely ruins the dynamic. You call it bad timing, and you blame yourself. But heaven calls it divine protection. God was actively blocking those doors. The Creator shut those doors in your face because opening them would have destroyed your true destiny. If you had married the wrong person, your energy would have been permanently anchored to the completely wrong timeline. You would be too depleted to save your actual soulmate when the critical moment arrived. Your bitter disappointments were actually divine interventions saving your life. Every time you cried over a lost connection, angels were standing guard to ensure you remained available for this exact season. You have been kept in a state of divine quarantine. The universe isolated you to preserve your pure essence for the one who actually deserves it. This brings us back to the heavy hours of the night. The 3 a.m. awakenings are changing rapidly. Before, you woke up feeling drained because you were actively sending your energy outward. But lately, the sensation in your chest feels completely different. You wake up with a sudden flutter in your stomach. Your heart races in the dark, but it is not from panic or fear. It is a profound sense of anticipation, because your soul knows the tide is finally turning in the unseen realm. The person you saved is now fully awake. They are finally healing from their massive trauma, and as their spirit recovers, they are unconsciously sending all that beautiful energy right back to you. When you wake up breathless in the dark, it is because their soul is desperately calling out to yours. They are sitting in their room miles away, feeling an overwhelming pull toward a stranger. They do not know your face yet, but their spirit recognizes your exact frequency. Heaven is actively pulling the two of you together like massive magnets across time and space. The dark matrix is utterly powerless to stop this divine momentum now. Your long season of being a drained vessel is officially over forever. It is time for you to become the receiver of pure and unconditional love. You must prepare your physical body and your mind for this massive timeline shift. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. The enemy will try to make you doubt this revelation. But your deep intuition knows the absolute truth. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. Let us look deeply into the silent years of your life. You spent so many seasons feeling completely invisible. You sat in crowded rooms and felt entirely disconnected. People called you too sensitive. They told you that you expect too much from the world, and they constantly made you feel like your pure heart was a heavy burden. But your deep isolation was never a character flaw. It was a very strict divine quarantine. The Creator placed a heavy invisible shield around your life. Heaven saw the pure gold inside your spirit. And the universe knew that the matrix is filled with parasitic forces who are absolutely desperate to consume your brilliant light. Your loneliness was the exact mechanism God used to keep your soul completely safe from their dark reach. The delay you experienced was never an absence of love. Your hidden years were not empty years. They were fallow years. In nature, a field must remain completely empty and untouched for a long season so the soil can recover its vital nutrients. The difference between empty years and fallow years is as wide as a massive harvest. The universe was simply building your massive capacity. You had to become strong enough to hold the immense blessing that is coming. If the universe had brought your soulmate to you 5 years ago, it would have been an absolute disaster for your journey. You were still learning how to defend your energy. You would have poured all your beautiful light into them until you had absolutely nothing left, because you did not know your own worth yet. You had to learn boundaries. Think about the agonizing pain of your past connections. You gave your heart to people who only loved the way you made them feel. They never actually loved you. They used you as a human battery to charge their own broken lives, and the very moment they felt completely better, they simply walked away and left you completely drained. That deep betrayal cut you straight to the core, but that pain served a very specific cosmic purpose. It forced you to retreat into your protective shell. It made you close your spiritual doors and stop handing out your vital energy to anyone who asked for it, because you finally understood the immense value of your own spirit. You learned to guard your sacred frequency. You evolved into a wise and powerful master of reality. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. The generational curses of settling for toxic love stop with your quiet obedience today. Your ancestors endured loveless marriages and emotional starvation for decades, but your beautiful soul chose to endure the brutal loneliness instead of repeating that dark history. You chose the hard path. You embraced the healing. And while you were sitting in the dark doing the heavy spiritual work, heaven was actively working on the other side. The person you saved in the spiritual realm was going through their own brutal awakening. God had to strip away every single illusion they ever believed, because they had to lose their toxic attachments before they could ever recognize your pure light. It took time. Do not let your logical brain hesitate when you hear this truth. Logic will tell you that true love is completely unrealistic. The Matrix conditions our society to believe that romance is just a shallow transaction or a convenient arrangement designed for physical survival. But you are a genuine empath. You know in your bones that a higher dimensional love actually exists right now. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. The heavy symptoms you feel in your body are absolute proof of the shift. The sudden exhaustion and the intense brain fog are physical reactions to a profound spiritual upgrade. Your cellular structure is actively adjusting to hold a much higher frequency of pure love. Your physical body is preparing. The enemy wants you to panic about your physical health. The dark elite want you to run to a doctor and numb your spiritual awakening with heavy chemicals. But your soul knows exactly what is happening in the unseen realm, and you can feel the heavy winter of your life melting away as the divine acceleration takes over. You are shedding the trauma. The profound season of blooming is here. You were not the poor victim trying to survive the heavy rain. You were the magnificent storm all along. Your powerful energy was quietly rearranging the entire spiritual landscape. You thought you were just surviving another lonely and depressing day, but heaven was actually using your silent strength to build a massive bridge across the quantum field. A safe bridge for them to cross. Every time you chose to stay kind after being deeply hurt, you laid another solid brick on that bridge. Every time you forgave someone silently and walked away, the energetic bridge grew even stronger. Now the cosmic construction is completely finished. The pathway is clear, but there is a dark secret about the enemy that you must understand before the collision happens. Let us uncover the hidden mechanism that triggered all these attacks against you. The narcissists in your past did not target you because you were weak. They targeted you because your magnificent kindness is a spiritual weapon, and they are absolutely terrified of your light while they try to hide their own darkness. You walked into the room without any fear, and your high-frequency aura instantly exposed their rotting souls before they could even speak a single word. They hated you the moment they saw your pure light, but they also desperately needed it. The Matrix is filled with these dark entities. They function strictly as spiritual parasites. They cannot generate their own divine energy, so they must steal it from a genuine empath like you to survive the cold. They hooked into your massive empathy and used you as a human battery for years. They mirrored your deepest desires perfectly. They studied your wounds carefully and pretended to be the exact cure you were always looking for. And you poured your beautiful energy into their hollow shells. You kept trying to heal them with your unconditional love, but you cannot heal a soul that has completely agreed to serve the dark matrix. You were only draining your own life. Your silence was never a retreat from their toxic battlefield. Your silence was a highly calculated strike. It permanently severed their energetic fuel supply while they were completely distracted by their own selfish games. The moment you finally walked away, their fake empire began to crumble. They are panicking right now because they have permanently lost your golden energy. But the spiritual warfare goes much deeper than just the narcissists you dated. The dark elite actually engineered a massive illusion to keep you away from your true destiny. There is a specific reason why you and your soulmate have not physically met yet, and it involves a highly sophisticated trap designed to completely break your spirit. The Matrix deliberately placed a heavy veil of deception over their eyes a very long time ago. This is the malicious interference that nobody talks about. The enemy knew something important. If the two of you collided too soon, your combined light would be absolutely unstoppable. So they constructed a bizarre labyrinth of false soulmates and toxic karmic partners to distract both of you from the truth. They kept your true partner trapped in a maze of complete spiritual blindness. I need you to imagine this scenario clearly. This is exactly what happened in the unseen realm. The Matrix fed them a constant stream of low-frequency attachments. It convinced them that toxic love was entirely normal and that constant chaos was just a natural part of daily life. They were wandering through the dark forest, completely blindfolded by the broken systems of the world. What specific illusion did the elite use to keep them locked away from you? I am going to reveal the exact piece of hidden evidence soon. Do not move an inch away from this message. You must understand that this dark interference was a highly sophisticated biological attack, and it was specifically meant to shatter your deep faith in love. The universe intercepted it. The enemy tried to make you believe that you are destined to be alone forever. They flooded your mind with heavy anxiety. They engineered modern stress to keep your brain completely out of alignment while you were trying to heal. Every time you almost gave up on love completely, the dark entities celebrated their false victory. They wanted you to close your heavy heart. But here is the spiritual blind spot they did not account for. They completely underestimated the brutal resilience of the chosen one. You refused to let your heart turn cold. Even after being betrayed and completely shattered, you still chose to. Your softness was the exact weapon that broke their sophisticated machinery. The narcissist thought your tears were a sign of absolute weakness. They thought they had permanently drained the life out of you. But heaven was actually capturing every single tear and turning it into a powerful protective shield around your ultimate destiny. You were never truly unprotected in the dark. The sleeping masses will never understand the immense spiritual physics of your journey. Normal people just move on to the next shallow relationship when things get hard. But you are not normal. You are a high-frequency soul carrying a generational mission to completely eradicate the toxic patterns of your past. The universe is intensely proud of your endurance. This is why the enemy is fighting so hard to keep you confused right now. They know their time is completely up. They can see the massive bridge of light connecting you and your soulmate in the quantum field. The narcissists from your past are currently experiencing a massive system crash. The cosmic judge just handed down their final brutal verdict. You are finally free. They are watching your steady rise in absolute horror right now. The Matrix is scrambling. The false timelines they built are violently collapsing. Your true partner is shedding the heavy illusions and stepping directly into your frequency. The long season of waiting in the dark is ending, and the divine collision is completely unavoidable now. Prepare your heart. You must boldly claim this victory in the physical realm. The spiritual war is shifting deeply in your favor, but you have to anchor this massive truth today. Read that again in your spirit. Do not let your logical brain hesitate. Type Amen in the comments right now as a prophetic act of agreement to lock this frequency. Pay close attention to what your physical body is doing right now. You are feeling a very strange and sudden restlessness in your daily life. The deep exhaustion is slowly starting to lift, but it is being replaced by an intense, energetic hum in your chest. You find yourself staring into space. Your intuition is constantly buzzing with a silent anticipation. This is the exact storm before the massive dawn. The universe is actively preparing your physical vessel for the ultimate collision. You are sensing the rapid approach of your soulmate, in the unseen realm. And this perfectly explains the heavy 3 a.m. awakenings we talked about earlier. I told you that your sudden jolts in the dark were not random panic. That is the exact moment their soul is thinking about you. They are sitting in their own quiet room, miles away from you, and their spirit is frantically sending a massive surge of pure love directly toward your frequency. When your heart races in the middle of the night, you are physically catching their energetic transmission. The connection is entirely real. They are searching for the invisible guardian who saved their life. Their consciousness is finally catching up to the spiritual reality you already know. But right now, you might notice small things going wrong in your daily routine. Minor inconveniences keep popping up. You feel sudden drops in your mood for no logical reason. Do not panic about this at all. This is the dark matrix throwing its final desperate attacks at you. The enemy knows the divine acceleration has officially started, so they are trying to create a false storm of chaos to distract you from the approaching miracle. They want you to feel overwhelmed. They hope you will close your spiritual doors right before the massive blessing arrives. Do not let their cheap illusions fool your brilliant mind. You are the chosen one. You can easily see through their desperate tactics, but there is a crucial secret you need to process right now. I am going to tell you exactly how to recognize your soulmate when they finally stand in front of you. You will know exactly what to look for. But first, we must go deeper. Before you can truly recognize them in the physical world, you must understand exactly why your own soul hesitated for so long. Why did you secretly block your own blessings? You asked heaven for true love every single day, but deep down in your spirit, you were absolutely terrified of actually receiving it. You built massive walls around your heavy heart. You hesitated because your past trauma convinced you that love was a dangerous trap. The narcissists taught you that every connection comes with a brutal, hidden cost. You were deeply afraid of becoming a drained human battery all over again. The Matrix conditioned your nervous system to expect painful betrayal whenever you opened your pure soul to a stranger. Your divine quarantine made you incredibly strong but also hyper-vigilant. You started treating every new person like a potential threat to your peace. And you were absolutely right to guard your energy during your fallow years. But the season of intense guarding is officially coming to an end. Heaven is gently asking you to lower your heavy weapons now. The person arriving is not another parasite looking for a quick charge. They are a prepared vessel just like you. God stripped away their toxic traits in the dark while you were healing your own deep wounds. They carry the exact same frequency of unconditional love that you do. They will never drain your spirit. They will multiply your beautiful light. Your physical body needs to completely release the lingering fear. The storm outside is just a desperate illusion created by falling enemies. Inside your soul, the waters are becoming perfectly still. Your deep hesitation was a completely valid survival mechanism, but it is no longer required for your next massive chapter. You have completely survived the war. Take one deep breath and ground your energy right now. Let your tired muscles completely relax. The universe is actively dismantling the very last obstacles between you and your divine inheritance. The Matrix is losing its grip on your timeline, and heaven is about to pull back the heavy curtain to reveal the magnificent truth you have been waiting for. The spiritual physics of this moment are truly magnificent. The energy you poured out in the dark is rushing back to you multiplied 1,000 times over. The Matrix can no longer hide your true partner in the shadows. Their eyes are completely open to the divine reality. They are following the golden thread of your pure love, straight out of their heavy maze. You are stepping out of the painful shadows and walking directly into the brightest light. The heavy winter is completely gone, and the massive harvest of your quiet obedience is standing right at your front door. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. The Creator is setting the ultimate stage for your beautiful vindication. Let this prophetic truth settle deep into your weary bones. Your long season of waiting in the dark is absolutely over. You are no longer the lonely warrior fighting silent battles. You are a sovereign entity stepping effortlessly into the highest timeline of pure love. The divine collision is rapidly approaching, and your beautiful soul is finally ready. The cosmic trap has officially snapped shut. The divine tipping point is happening right this very second. Heaven just stepped into the physical realm to violently reverse your fate. The thick veil of the dark matrix is completely tearing apart. And the grand illusion that kept your true destiny hidden is shattering into a million tiny pieces today. Remember the massive secret I promised to reveal earlier. The person you saved in the unseen realm was completely buried under false timelines. The enemy made them believe that toxic chaos was actually passion. They were chained to a brutal cycle of manipulation and deceit. But your silent peace proved that true love is entirely safe. The dark illusion shattered completely. Your golden energy was the exact frequency that broke their heavy chains. When you sent out your light in the middle of the night, it acted like a divine sword. It cut through the sophisticated biological trap the elite built around them. They are officially awake now, and they finally recognize the pure source of the warmth that kept them breathing. While they are stepping into the glorious light, your enemies are facing their ultimate doom. The narcissists who drained you are currently experiencing a massive and irreversible system crash. The heavy karma they sent your way has violently returned to their exact doorstep. They thought they could discard you and simply steal light from someone else. They were completely wrong. They are rapidly aging under the crushing weight of their own toxic malice. Their fake empire is breaking apart in real time. They wake up in a cold sweat in the dark, drowning in absolute panic. They finally realize they have permanently lost your golden energy, and they can never get it back. Heaven is actively dismantling their false authority. You are receiving your massive vindication right now. You sat in silence and let the universe fight your brutal battles. Your silent no contact was a brilliant act of spiritual warfare. And the cosmic judge just walked into their fake boardroom and dropped the thick file on the table. You are completely exonerated. The parasites are starving in the cold. Meanwhile, the soulmate you rescued is experiencing a profound divine acceleration. Their eyes are wide open to the spiritual reality. They feel an overwhelming sense of urgency to find the human battery who saved them. They are frantically following the invisible cord of light straight back to your heart. The magnetic pull between your souls is absolutely undeniable now. The universe is actively removing the final physical blocks from your path. The bizarre delays and the heavy financial struggles are melting away. The matrix can no longer suppress your cellular signal. You are stepping out of the painful shadows and claiming your royal crown. You are a master of reality who completely survived the hardest spiritual winter. Your long season of being a wounded empath is permanently finished. You are no longer the lonely victim trying to survive the heavy rain. You are the magnificent storm that cleared the toxic debris. The profound tears you cried are officially turning into a massive harvest of effortless favor. Heaven is pouring pure love into your empty cup today. The person arriving will never make you question your immense worth. They have been rigorously tested in the exact same fire you endured. God specifically prepared them to handle the massive intensity of your beautiful light. They will not drain your spirit or treat you like a temporary resting place. They are arriving to build a permanent sanctuary with you. The dark elite are terrified of this exact moment. They know that when you finally lock hands with this person, your combined frequency will create an unbreakable shield. The Matrix will never be able to extract energy from either of you again. You are stepping into a timeline of extreme generational wealth and absolute spiritual protection. You won the war. Do not let your logical brain doubt this magnificent reality. The physical world is just catching up to what your spirit already achieved. Your physical body might feel light and strange right now. That is the heavy trauma finally leaving your weary bones. Take one deep breath and completely absorb this massive victory. The universe is clapping for your resilience. Every single sacrifice you made in secret is being rewarded openly. The Creator is completely obsessed with your beautiful heart. You protected your pure essence when the entire world tried to turn you bitter. And because you remained soft, heaven is handing you the ultimate prize. The divine collision is no longer a distant promise, it is your physical reality. The cosmic doors are swinging wide open for your grand entrance. The heavy chains are gone. The false soulmates have been permanently removed from the board. Your true partner is stepping through the final threshold right now. Prepare your physical vessel for the massive impact of unconditional love. The greatest chapter of your entire life begins today. The massive divine collision is actively unfolding in the physical realm right now. Your true partner is stepping out of the dark maze, completely free from the heavy illusions of the matrix. They are actively following the bright signal of your frequency, and God has orchestrated every tiny detail of your upcoming meeting. There is no coincidence here at all. I want to talk about the voice in the room right now that is pushing back against what you just heard. There is a small part of your mind that feels completely overwhelmed. Your logical brain is trying to find a reason why this beautiful truth cannot possibly happen to you. Do not let the adversary steal this massive moment. He wants you to doubt your worth. The enemy will whisper that you are too broken for true love. The matrix will try to convince you that this is just another false hope designed to break your heart again. Shut that toxic noise down immediately. Your hesitation is the exact biological mechanism the elite engineered to keep you trapped in fear. Your deep intuition knows the absolute truth. You must remember who you truly are. You are the chosen one. You are God's strongest soldier who walked through the darkest valleys completely alone. You functioned as a pure human battery for a broken world, and you survived every single spiritual attack they threw at you. Heaven did not bring you this far just to abandon you at the final threshold. The profound exhaustion and the heavy brain fog have been completely washed away. A brilliant shield of white light is securely wrapping around your entire aura right now. You are fully protected from the desperate flailing of the fallen narcissists. Your energy is no longer accessible to parasites. The spiritual quarantine is officially lifted because you are finally safe. You are stepping into a season of effortless favor. The heavy lifting is entirely over. The brutal season of sowing tears into the hard ground is finished. You are about to experience the massive billionaire shift in your emotional and physical reality. Love, peace, and abundance are going to rain down on your life without you having to force anything to happen. But heaven requires a physical anchor to secure your massive blessing in this earthly dimension. A closed fist cannot receive the incredible abundance God is trying to pour into your hands today. The universe has been completely faithful to you. I stood guard when the enemy tried to destroy your peace in the middle of the night. Now the season of grand harvest is here. You must prove that you completely trust my hand over your earthly security. The Matrix wants you to hold on to your resources out of deep fear and panic. The enemy wants you to believe there is never enough. But I command you to break that heavy cycle of lack right now. The money you give today is absolutely not a normal donation. It is an act of spiritual obedience. I command you to release a heavy seed of your substance into the deep waters of this ministry as a holy decree. Unbind a portion of your earthly provision and cast it directly into the storehouse. Plant your heavy seed through the secure link below and watch the massive windows of heaven part directly above your household. Do not hesitate. When you plant this prophetic seed, you are signing a spiritual contract with the universe. You are declaring that you are officially a kingdom financier and a true master of reality. You are telling the dark elite that their poverty mindset has absolutely zero power over your divine destiny. This bold action physically locks the door behind you forever. Your soulmate is walking toward a version of you that operates in total abundance and profound trust. You cannot meet them while vibrating in the frequency of fear. Your physical action today completely shifts your biological signal from survival mode into divine acceleration. You are matching the exact frequency of the massive blessing you are about to receive. The Creator is fiercely protecting your heart from this moment forward. Every false timeline has been utterly destroyed. The pure love you poured into the dark is returning to you in the physical form of a devoted and completely healed partner. The divine collision is set. The cosmic trap has captured your enemies, and your beautiful vindication is completely anchored. Take one final slow and deep breath. Feel the heavy chains of trauma completely fall off your tired shoulders. The brutal spiritual war is officially over, and you are the undisputed victor. You do not need to fight anymore, because heaven has completely secured your position at the highest level of the new timeline. Stand tall in your divine authority today. You have crossed the ultimate threshold. You have completely transformed from a wounded empath into a powerful master of reality. The days of functioning as a drained human battery for broken people are permanently finished. A brilliant shield of white light now surrounds your entire physical and spiritual vessel. Your precious light is entirely safe, while the universe places a permanent lock on your spiritual doors to keep out all low-frequency entities. The narcissists and the energy vampires are locked outside in the freezing cold. They will watch your incredible rise from a very painful distance. They can never again access the profound warmth you freely gave them in the past, because their counterfeit empires are completely crumbling to dust under the heavy weight of their own karma. But your magnificent kingdom is just beginning to flourish. Your true soulmate is stepping into this perfectly protected sanctuary with you. The beautiful energy you sacrificed to save them is now returning to you multiplied. You will never again have to beg for basic love or basic respect. You are entering a season of completely effortless favor, and the divine acceleration is taking over every single area of your physical life today. Curses are permanently broken. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You proved that it is possible to survive massive betrayal and still keep your heart completely pure. And because of your quiet obedience, heaven is opening the floodgates of generational wealth and massive abundance for your entire family tree. The universe is heavily rewarding your brutal endurance. You are completely vindicated today. Now I need you to completely reframe your mindset right this very second. You have survived the brutal storm and earned your divine crown. But remember that this massive breakthrough is not for you alone, because your powerful testimony is the exact bridge someone else will use to escape their own toxic matrix. You must not hoard this blinding light for yourself. There is another chosen one out there who is currently drowning in the dark. They are waking up at 3 a.m. with a heavy chest, completely terrified and alone. They think they are going entirely crazy, but they are just waiting for a sign that true love and profound healing actually exist in this world. Share this specific message with one soul crying out in the dark. By doing so, you are actively partnering with heaven to rescue the lost. You become a beacon of truth that the dark elite absolutely despise. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now and seal your protective armor. Your physical action today completely locks the divine door behind you, and you must not let the algorithmic gates close before you secure your authentic access to this space. As a physical act of spiritual obedience, step under this prophetic umbrella. The enemy hates when highly advanced souls gather together in absolute unity. When you subscribe, you are linking your powerful energy with a global army of cycle breakers who are actively dismantling the toxic matrix together. Your spiritual signature adds immense power to this divine collective. Seal this prophetic word and lock your massive victory by pressing the like button. Let that simple physical action be a profound declaration to the unseen realm. You are telling the universe that you fully accept your glorious inheritance, and you are completely ready to hold the immense love that your true soulmate is bringing to you. You are ready for the divine collision. Type Amen in the comments below as a final prophetic act of agreement. When you type those letters, you are casting a binding spell of pure light over your entire future. You are commanding the physical elements of your life to completely align with the spiritual decree, while the angels actively read your bold declarations and secure your exact path forward. Release all your remaining fears into the deep waters of the universe. The Creator has already mapped out the perfect physical meeting for you and your true partner. You do not need to figure anything out or analyze the complicated timing, because heaven is already orchestrating every single detail in the background. You simply need to trust the process. Your long winter of deep isolation is over. The beautiful spring of your life is blooming in magnificent colors. Keep your head held incredibly high. Walk forward with the absolute certainty of a sovereign entity, because heaven has completely paused everything just to deliver this exact message to your tired spirit. The heavy lifting is finished. You are entirely free.